Hey traders, I'm Charting Man Dan, trader and technical analyst with the Chart Guys. In this video, we're going to go over the broader market as we get ready for the FOMC tomorrow. AI stock seeing continuation. A couple weeks ago, I put out that short video saying this doesn't look like a bubble yet. We're not topping out. And now we have the semiconductors seeing continuation. AI bulls hitting a new 52-week high, and a lot of hype and euphoria still remains.
So we had a bullish CPI reaction. The SPY bulls keeping their complete control, riding on up. Again, even if we have a bearish FOMC reaction tomorrow, we can form a daily higher low. We could drop tomorrow 2% and be in a daily uptrend still. The most important factor today, again, I keep talking about rotation. It's such a clue. It's, do I trust the bears? That's the information that you get by watching our major sectors on the morning. QQQ, the bell rings. Same thing as yesterday. Yesterday, bears controlled the first 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Today, look at that drop. Oh my goodness, the bears are out. It's all over. We're dumping. As we drop from 9:30 to 10:10, 40 minutes of QQQ bear complete control, what's XLF doing? Straight up. Daily bull flag confirmed. So as we're watching that happen, I know this pullback in QQQ is not going to be meaningful for the S&P 500 because it's being offset by our other major sectors. Should I trust this QQQ bear move? No. If all sectors are dropping together, trust the move. So a pullback, QQQ, set the hourly higher low, same as yesterday. Morning weakness sets the hourly higher low, and then bulls control it from there. Tightening hourly range, but still hourly higher lows. QQQ has not confirmed an hourly downtrend. At this point, it's something like a week and a half. AI names getting hype and momentum follow through. Again, we're not seeing signs of a bubble. I've seen many bubble charts. I see how they top out in climaxes, and we're just not seeing that. The closest thing to a climax was AI because we hit 44, and then 2 days later, we hit 30. That's a big drop. But here's AI setting the daily higher low and then just grinding, stair-step pattern. I was anticipating a daily lower high was the most likely scenario here, but we never broke the low of the previous day. We had a higher low every single day from here onward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the bulls showed up in a huge way today, broke the inside bar bullish, broke 39.38, and the volume just poured in. And this is the bulls saying, great, once we clear 39.38, there is nothing until 44s. And so once we saw that initial move, able to say, it looks like the bulls are going for that 44 level today. And so then just buying higher lows. 5-minute EMA 12, held it here, playing off 41.27, continuation. So AI, higher highs. I called it a 52-week high. It is, yep, new 52-week high. So AI continuation, semiconductors. Weekly bull flag confirmed. Continuation there as well. PLTR, not continuation, but highest close of the entire move. So again, we're not seeing signs of this being a blow off top right now. And keep in mind, even when we lose the daily uptrend, we're looking for a weekly higher low on PLTR. We're looking for a weekly higher low on AI. Tons of space. AI right now has gone up a lot since our last weekly consolidation. We're going to scout that weekly higher low. 170% move in 6 weeks. Tons of space for the weekly higher low. QQQ is going to scout a higher low. Tesla's going to scout a weekly higher low. You get the idea. All of our lead bulls. And just be aware that psychologically, what's going to be going on social media when weekly consolidation is pulling back is the bears are going to say, I told you, we're topping out, didn't get to all-time highs. That's it. We're about to roll over, and the bears are going to control the entirety of the rest of the year. And as that's all the narrative that's playing out on social media, as the bears celebrate a couple of red weeks, we're scouting those weekly higher lows. We can see the future. That's how it's going to happen. Now, whether or not, we'll have to see how much the retracement is to see if it's a weekly bull flag for continuation, whether it's a big enough weekly pullback to see an equilibrium. We'll take it one day at a time, but we know that that's what's going to be going on with the narrative in social media when the weekly consolidation finally happens, because it'll be the first time we've seen any red weeks in months. I mean, we haven't seen anything meaningful in terms of consolidation in the NASDAQ all of March, all of April, all of May, well, from mid-March to mid-April to mid-May and now to mid-June. 3 months with nothing. So the next time we see it happen, the bears are going to get loud and we're going to scout that weekly high or low. NVDA. So here's we talked about it a bit yesterday, intra-sector rotation of individual names in the same sector. So NVDA, yesterday, inside bar, sideways day. AMD, breakout, bull break, and then a gap up today, profit taking today clearly. TSM, bull break while NVDA was sideways, gap up into profit taking. So the gap up on TSM and AMD was profit taking, and those profits went into NVDA. NVDA gapped up and ran and closed at the high of the day. And NVDA is eyeing that all-time high because it's a weekly bull flag. We confirmed a daily downtrend with no follow-through. We're holding daily EMA 12. The bears haven't proven anything to us as far as shifting this momentum. And so 419.34 is in play for the bull flag attempt on the weekly time frame. A lot of space for an hourly high or low. Look at this V-shaped bounce today. 2% in 30 minutes. So intra-sector rotation, keeping semiconductors healthy. And now we'll see if NVDA can break 419.34. Depends on the FOMC reaction. But even if we fail, we're going to look for a daily high or low compared to 373.56. So again, there are a handful of names that are positioned well for the bears if QQQ gives us weakness. And that's a big if because QQQ has not given us any weakness over the last 4 days. But the names that I'm talking about are Google, looking for a daily lower high and a potential head and shoulders. Microsoft, looking for a daily lower high. It's stronger. We're further above support. Same kind of head and shoulders, but more space to work with. And Meta, gap up into profit taking today. Must break the low of today, tomorrow. I'm close to stopping out of my short swing. So pretty much, if we get a bearish FOMC reaction tomorrow, then we'll be setting daily lower highs in Meta, Microsoft, and Google and keeping an eye to see if we're able to lose the daily uptrend. But for now, bulls keeping control. All right, semiconductors, plenty of space for a daily high or low. 5 days stair step in a row. We're going to look for a daily high or low next consolidation. Tesla, extremely impressive. Every green day is now a new record for the most green days in a row. And we'll see daily consolidation eventually and see hourly oversold conditions, but not while the hourly uptrend's intact. Tightening hourly range. Friday into Monday. Gap up open, little pullback on the morning. Set the hourly high or low. Bulls take over. Extremely strong. And we're getting big follow through very quickly from the monthly trend change. We knew the monthly high or low was the most likely scenario. We knew, well, I was looking for the monthly trend change to confirm because the 4-month was looking for this bounce. Another narrative that I'm keeping an eye on. So if you've been following along over this year, we were on top of the regional bank bottom. We were on top of the shift to growth names a little bit early, but on top of IWM and growth names acting as laggard bulls. The next laggard I'm looking at, if the market stays strong, is the Chinese names. Japanese markets hitting 23-year highs. We've got, of course, 52-week highs in the US here. And so, I forget the ETF, the largest ETF to track China. I forget it. Anyways, there's a large ETF to track China. It looks the same as BABA. And if you show me that chart, I gotta pull it up. Pause. Chart Gallery will be doing an Ask Me Anything this Thursday. Link is in the comments of this video. So if you have any questions about her trading journey, when she came to the Chart Guys, all her favorite indicators and things like that, click the link and she'll be happy to answer those questions. MCHI. So this is, I believe it's the largest ETF covering Chinese stocks. It's a potential monthly inverse head and shoulders. If you don't tell me anything about the US bull market, don't tell me anything about what's been going on here, you show me this chart in a vacuum, I would say a high or low is the most likely scenario. And then we see if we can change the trend. But it's a big enough bounce to create the space for a high or low. And so I call it a laggard because we've been pulling back for 4 months in China while the US has been bouncing for 4 months. And so this is an inverse head and shoulders attempt. And so I'm watching for China to be the next laggard to be keeping an eye on. And so I'm watching BABA, monthly inverse head and shoulders attempt. If we break 91.43, the monthly higher low is set. Baidu is stronger. Monthly higher low already set. If we get over 161, monthly uptrend confirms. And NIO was a top watch today. NIO entered this morning first thing. Nice pop first thing, but NASDAQ consolidation definitely derailed the bulls a good bit. And I didn't swing it because we didn't get as strong a close as I wanted. But NIO today hit the highest price in almost 2 months. And it was a weekly falling wedge. I've been watching this one for a couple months. And I like the fact that we had earnings already happen. And there was high bull volume yesterday after the earnings reaction day the day before. But this weekly falling wedge is trying to break bull. Every single chart that we've looked at on the 4-month time frame that has looked like this has got the bounce going. Tesla was a laggard. And so you look at Tesla and say, well, shoot, I don't want to buy up here. It's way too extended. Let's see if NIO acts as a laggard for some money to come into it. And even a weak bounce here on the 4-month time frame, we're looking at a 50% move off the lows. So Chinese names definitely have my attention for the rest of the summer. Burdens on bulls. There was a headline today about China trying to stimulate, I forget what. They were doing something to try and, they're doing something. China's doing something is the takeaway. So keep an eye on Chinese names. Healthcare, daily uptrend confirmed. New key support, 128.78. Weekly equilibrium keeps playing out. Good spot for the daily oversold bounce to set the weekly higher low. And now we're watching for a break of this tightening range in July or August. Probably August, but we'll see. Well, we got a couple more weeks in June, maybe July. Financial sector, daily bull flag confirmed. Have to break 33.53 to confirm the weekly uptrend and confirm the monthly higher low is set. Then we're going to watch for a monthly tightening range in the financial sector, potentially taking us into Q4 2023. IWM, daily bull flag confirmed. Very healthy consolidation, no red flags whatsoever. Resistance from here, 191.22. And it's all about 198.53 bigger picture. Do we just form a tightening range into Q4 2023? Or can bulls break 198.53? The dollar drew this falling wedge yesterday on the 4-hour, but still looks good on the 12-hour to potentially be in play. We did drop to the lower low, but no bear follow through yet again. And with that, we're seeing gold weak, red flag. For gold to be testing the lows while the dollar hit the lowest level of consolidation this morning, not a good sign. Rejecting from resistance and watching the support. Silver pulling back a good bit as well. We set the daily higher low and then lost it in the same day. And miners gap up open and a lot of profit taking. So long story short, the metals and the miners are still not giving me enough indication to be looking bullish right now. And the fact that we are where we stand in these names while the dollar is seeing weekly consolidation is not a good sign. So we're keeping an eye out for a shift, but it's not here yet. Oil bounce, daily inside bar, pretty sizable bounce. Enough space to try and shape up a 4-hour trend change tomorrow. If we do that, then we're going to be watching 73.28 key daily lower high resistance, which is our daily downtrend guide. And natural gas daily uptrend confirmed. Weekly higher low set. Got to clear the high of last month if we're going to see weekly uptrend continuation. But the bulls did see that nice daily uptrend confirm. So heading into the FOMC tomorrow, going to be watching if the bears show up for those lower highs and those tech names I just mentioned. Going to be watching for hourly higher lows in our lead bulls, NVDA, Tesla, AI-related names. Still keeping an eye on crypto, but Bitcoin's not doing anything. MARA set the daily higher low. But I do not trust bulls unless Bitcoin is proving something to me on the daily time frame, which it's not doing at this point. Lots going on in the market. Certainly a lot of bull euphoria. It's out there for sure. But I just don't see bears anywhere. They'll come out one day, probably potentially tomorrow. And if we're going to see all sectors drop together, the FOMC reaction is a great time to do it. So we'll keep an eye out for that. But make the bears prove it. Tesla 4-hour EMA 12 support, great guide, holding for a couple weeks at this point. Keep it simple. If 4-hour EMA 12 is support, Tesla bulls have full control. If QQQ has not confirmed an hourly downtrend, bulls have full control. Congrats, bulls. Don't get greedy. If you're in swing positions and don't want to sit through weekly consolidation, walk some stop losses up, take some partial profit, and let's see if these AI bulls can continue strong. AI, short-term support, 41.61. All right. Have a great day. Do good things.
This elderberry is taking over. I'm going to have to cut that back over the fall. This is a vine that I just let grow up the deck, and I watch it for a while, and then I cut it back. And you can see there's aphids all over it. And on the aphids, that is a ladybug larva, and it's eating the aphids. Pretty cool.